Alright, guys, what is up? It is your boy Defness45, and I am back at you with another day of MLB DraftKings DFS. Still kind of been mediocre last couple days this weekend. I was out Saturday night, so I didn't really research very well Sunday. Just kind of looked at what I had. I didn't do too bad in FanDuel continued to do great. DraftKings is just kind of staying steady, not really winning anything. Everything kind of always balancing out. Um, but FanDuel, man, I just crushed. Express, I had a great slate. So the 205 or 215 or whatever it was did pretty well, which was awesome. So um, yeah, let's dive into it though. It's Monday, right? So what I'm gonna be on. Um, for today. And here's the thing you want to look at. This is filling up here pretty quick, but they have a 66-cent entry, 30K, 150 max entry. I usually do the dollar 150s. Again, if you're newer, try to play more single entry, three entry max. But you can dibble and dabble in this if you want. But it's 66-cent entry at a 30K. It's not too bad for total prizes. So let's dive into it. Pitchers I'm going to be on today are going to be Soroka against the Giants. My higher price pitcher that I really like. Paddock I don't mind either against the Diamondbacks. Not as heavy as Soroka. Peacock against the White Sox. And J.A. Happ against the Orioles. So those are the four guys I'll be on. Pretty heavy. And stacks I really like. Obviously, Texas is going to be the chalk, but they're going to be chalk for good reason. So maybe you do a Texas stack with one of the other team stacks I talk about, or if you're on something else, you do your thing. But Texas, Cabrera, Gallo, Cho, and Calhoun would be kind of the guys I would look at. I really, really like the Phillies, and the Phillies are just way too cheap on DraftKings, guys. We're talking about Realmuto, Hoskins, Segura, McCutcheon, Harper as well, right? So you could do like a five-man stack. Just too cheap. So if I was playing, and they're in a good spot. So if I was playing, I would probably look at those guys and try to get them in as many stack and lineup builds as possible, right? You can always go back to the Twins as well. I will have lineups with Twin stacks. Polanco, Cron, Buxton, Rosario, Kepler. Those would be the guys that I would look at, or I would push to. And then Yankees as well, right? You can go full Yankee onslaught, especially on FanDuel. Vaught, Sanchez, Hicks, right? DJ Lemieux, and Gleyber Torres would be guys I'd be looking at. Para, if he plays, I would have him as a one-off today. Schwarber, I love as a one-off. He should be batting leadoff. He's very reasonably, really cheap in FanDuel. I think he's pretty decent DK too. We'll take a look. Trout and Ohtani would be other guys I'd be looking at for one-offs, right? So if we look over here on builds, this would be like a Soroka Hap build. Obviously getting the Yankees in here, getting some Twins in here, and a couple Rangers as well, right? Cabrera, Polanco, Hicks. If we look here, Peacock and Hap, right? So again, seen a lot of Yankees. Four-man Yankee. Well, three-man with the Yankee pitcher. Now you got three Twins as well. Simmons pops in there. Mazzara, right? Paddock. Oh, it looks like Calhoun's not playing today, so we'll have to take Calhoun out of our Texas stack, see where the rest of that falls into. But Paddock, Soroka, right? And then this would be like Soroka, Peacock. Throw on some Mariners. Mariners are decent for one-offs as well, Encarnacion, Healy. So you can look at guys like that. Those are the same. Yeah. So here's like a Paddock, Soroka crunch as well right here. So let's just dive into it real quick. Again, Mondays are extremely busy for me. So I'm having calls come through as I'm doing this, obviously. But so let's look here. So like Romatudo is $3,700 I catch, right? We got Vaught here, 52. Yankees are really expensive. Encarnacion, you get Crom. Look at Hoskins. Hoskins is $4,100. They're just too cheap, right? Torres, look at Lemieux leading off, $4,200. So I'd probably go there. Third base, you got Bryant, Rendon, McNeil. Look at Cabrera, too cheap, $3,800. Shortstop, you got Torres, who I like, Polanco, who I like, Segura, that Philly stack we can run, right? Crawford, Seattle. So maybe we do like Polanco, get some love in there. So Gallo is really expensive, but for good measure. Pence, expensive as Cho. So Hicks I like, right? Mazzara, $4,100. Probably shoot here. McCutcheon, $3,800. Continue that Philly stack as well. So that brings us back to $4,700. My phones are blowing off the hooks. Acuna is another one I like as a one-off as well. So you could go here, Rosario, Hicks. So maybe throw Acuna in there. So this would be like what a bill would look like with Soroka and Happ, right? And again, if I'm going Twins, I'm going Polanco, Cron, Buxton, Rosario, Kepler probably, and I might pull one or the two of those guys off, right, and dive into it. So that's a build there. Let's do one other one, and then I'm gonna have to fly here in a minute. Trying to get this in. So let's go. Let's do a cheaper build. So let's do like a Peacock and a Hap, right? Give us a little more salary. Again, at catcher, I'm still going to go here. It's too cheap, man. For Phillies bat, it's too cheap. Maybe Encarnacion for a one-off. I think I still like Hoskins more at $4,100, right? Lead off for... Yeah. See, these phones just aren't going to stop blowing up. I'm going to have to go here in a second. I apologize, guys, but maybe look at Healy down here. Switch it up a little bit, right? Maybe we throw Gore in there. And Harper is, he's way down here at $4,000. See what I'm talking about on these Phillies bats? Just too cheap, right? Hicks, Santana, Haniger, Cho. So maybe put Cho in here. 4,200. I'd probably put like Hicks. So this is what it would look like, something like this, right? Build there, a little four-man Philly, right? So, all right, and that's that. And then let me just show you. It's kind of FanDuel. Same guys I talk about, right? Pitching wise. A little heavier on Astros. Got my Schwarber in there. J.D. Davis is just really cheap as a utility. Right? Throwing a couple cheap guys in here. Garcia should lead off. And again, Texas, Yankees, little Buxton. Love Buxton. If you're going to one-off one guy, twin two, Buxton would be a guy I'd look at because he's still cheap. And the guy is just playing out of his mind this year. Just out of his absolute mind. Great nine-hole hitter. People don't want to play it. They shy away. It's a nine-hole hitter. Don't be afraid to play those bottom order bats. Been talking about it this year, right? Grind it. Don't worry about it. So Phillies, Yankees, Phillies, Tech, Rangers, right? That's pretty much what we're looking at. I don't have as much Hoskins in here as I do. I suppose I could do some Hoskins in the utility if I do. Right here he is, Hoskins. But that's where we're at, guys. I'm going to roll. I'm going to fly because it's Monday. It's my busiest day, sales-wise, work-wise. I got to get back to the calls. But I appreciate you guys stopping in. Any questions? Again, Soroka, Paddock, Peacock, Hap, Peacock, and Soroka are my heavy pitching. Highest percentage. Phillies, too cheap. Play them. Rangers, Twins, Yankees. Pereira, Schwarber, Trout, Ohtani, Acuna. Those would be my one-offs for today. So I appreciate you guys popping in and watching. I'll be back tomorrow, hopefully. Good luck, gamers. Peace.